me broke, yeah, my pocket's thin, but I feel filthy rich like Carlton. It's not unusual, I'm out of this world, so out of this world, so beyond the stars. Yeah, I'd say that I travel far, looking out the rear view, but keep on pushing. Dust blown from asphalt and gravel smishing. Burn down the side streets and bust a left. Put down the windows, inhale the endo. Kush so good, I seem to be stuck. Pen bleeding on a paper like a severe cut. Music in my veins, instrumental to life. Praying every day just to stay in his light. So blessed yet working class, still humble and quick to give. This is life, it's time we live.
Hey guys, this video is going to be just covering our talents and how we should make sure we are cultivating our talents and not just wasting them. Share them with the world, because you were definitely blessed with special talents that only you are blessed with, and you're meant to share those things. So I hope to encourage you to do so in this video. This video was inspired by my soul sister Alicia, so I hope you enjoy it. Thank you guys for watching. Today's message is one of the messages I'm most excited about. We're going to talk about Matthew 25, 14 through 30. If I'm not mistaken, and if I'm wrong on the verses, please forgive me. This is a spiritual journey. I am not a preacher. The message is about the parable of the talents, and I'm excited. It's one of the most exciting topics to me because I am fortunate enough to have the blessing of having two influential women in my life who we have conversations, and they're so valuable that they have inspired me to do these videos, to make sure that I'm sharing these messages and sharing these valuable conversations with others, not just me. I don't feel like I should keep them all to myself. It's too valuable. Matthew 25, 14 through 30 is important to me because I think it speaks about inspiration. I believe we each hold a missing piece to one another's puzzle. We're a community. Later I'm going to just go over the definition of community. But basically we are supposed to interact with one another. You can exist independent. You can't exist forgive me. You cannot exist independently. I suppose you could, because we could all be self-sufficient. That is something that I do recommend. Learn how to make sure you have safe water, and that's a whole nother topic as far as survival tactics and self-sufficiency. But what I'm talking about right now is that life is so much easier when you work together. When we work together, because each person who exists holds a special talent, something that they're good at, something that only they can do. That's why we have professions. We have doctors, we have insurance agents, we have cashiers, we have bankers. We have professions because there's some things that certain people are just freaking good at. There's people I know who don't need a piece of paper and a pen, and they could tell you the square root of whatever. They are just numbers people. There's people I know who can tell you everything you need to know about mechanics. There's so many specialties, and each of us hold just a value in society. So when you embrace your role and you coexist by choice, because it's a choice. You can live independently. I'm pretty much a hermit. I will admit that I am a loner. But if you want to talk to me, I'm willing to talk. I don't like idle conversation. I'm not particularly fond of just BS. You know what I mean? Like, you want to talk about good stuff? Let's talk about good stuff. But if you don't have content, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to keep it pushing. Because I need to grow. I crave it. So why I'm excited about Matthew 25, 14 through 30 is because it speaks to me. I get excited when these verses speak to me in a day-to-day, everyday, like here and now type of way. And, this verse talks about the first servant was given 5 talents. And he took those 5 talents and he traded them for 5 more. Double up. That's what we in the streets call a double up, just so you know. So he doubled it up. And now he has 10 talents. And then the second servant took his 2 talents that his master gave him, did a double up again. Now he has 4 talents. The last servant was only given 1 talent. Now, those of you who have a business mindset, sometimes 1 is enough. You're going to make what you can of it. And that's what this lesson is about. So making the most you can of what you got. You just have to. It's called being resourceful. You just got to work with what you were given. Work with what you were given. Charge the rest to the game. So I love this verse because God says, well done, good and faithful servant, to the ones that make the most of what they had. To the one servant who was left 1 talent, he buried his talent in fear that he would waste or ponder it and not have it when his master came back. I'm going to repeat that. He buried his 1 talent in fear that he would ponder and waste it and not have it when his master came back. So as good as it is to preserve what you've been given, that's not a bad thing. But in the eyes of the Lord it was, or in the parable, shall I say, but in the eyes of the Lord it was. He told that person, that servant who preserved the 1 talent he had by burying it to keep it safe, he reprimanded him. He said, "You're lazy. You did nothing with this. No, this is no good." And I love this topic because that's what we're doing. I mean, that's what I was doing up until the point where I started making these videos. I'm having these great conversations with amazing women that I get the opportunity to share this life with. Alicia, again, shout out to you. Maida, again, shout out to you. So appreciative for the women in my life. Rosie, Katrina, Nicole, you know I love you. Oh, I love you so much. Maida, Alicia, Beliza, I freaking love my girls. I love you guys. I'm so appreciative to you all. Game changers in my life. So let's conclude on this. For anyone who has will be given more. He will have an abundance. Whoever does not have, even what he has will be taken from him. Did you hear me? If you have, share it, because you're going to be given more. Don't be greedy. Don't be of this world. It's so easy for me to say, right? Because I don't have anything. But I'm just saying. Those that have, give. So like, even when I'm passing, if I see someone in need, if I have it, it might not be a lot, but I'm willing to share it. So the point is, if you already have and you share, you'll be given more. He who doesn't have, you won't have. If you hold on to it. So if you hoarder it, you're not doing anybody any good. You can't make more if you don't try. So the point of the message is inspire others. Share your talents because they're very important in these last days. Things you're good at, you may think are insignificant, but to others, they might be a game changer. These people, these women in my life have been a game changer. A breath of fresh air. Can't thank you enough. I can't thank you guys enough. You're game changers in my world. And And we need to do that for others. Let's ignite this passion for the community. I told you I would share what the definition of community is, so let me do that real quick and in this video. All right, so community, a group of people living in the same place or having a particular characteristic in common. We all breathe. That's a big commonality. A group of people living together in one place, especially one particular common ownership. We are dealing with these people in passing. If you are in passing with this person, and whether you want to be or not, and I've had these experiences, you're supposed to be. What are you supposed to take away from it? What are you supposed to do? What's your part? Have a purpose. Have a purpose. A particular area or place considered together with its inhabitants, a body of nations or states unified by common interests, the people of a district or county considered collectively, especially in the context of social values and responsibilities. Responsibilities. You have a responsibility. Take ownership, please. I'm trying myself. I am a work in progress. Please understand that. Thank you for listening. Thank you for listening, and I really do appreciate anything that you were able to take away from this. Please feel free to comment. If you hate it, tell me. If you like it, tell me. Just comment. Let's talk. Let's start a conversation. I am not going to hurt my feelings. Maybe hurt a little bit. Let's be honest. But I don't care because it's all part of growth. Tell me what you think. If you hate it, don't watch it again. But if you do like it and you are inspired and you are encouraged, please continue to listen. I appreciate you and what you bring to the society. Love ya. Bye.
I understand that. I used to have this really nice pair of rollerblades. I was afraid if I wore them, I'd wreck them. So I kept them in a box. And you know what happened?
Oh.
I outgrew them. I never wore them once outside. I just wore them in my room a couple times.
A person's heart and a person's feelings are very different than skates.
Well, they're kind of the same thing. If you aren't going to use your heart, then what's the difference if it gets broken? If you just keep it to yourself, maybe it'll be like my rollerblades. When you do decide to try it, it won't be any good. You should take a chance. Got nothing to lose.
You've got nothing left to lose. Oh, you've got nothing left to lose. Standing in your shoes. You've got nothing left to lose. Oh, you've got nothing left to lose.